Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I am working on two custom planner spreads. You can hear my cricket whirring in the background because my newest platinum member, Gianna, I am cutting out some special things for her spread. She requested a big vertical spread and a seasonal Disney spread. We're going with the fall seasons, and I have like all the sticker books picked out for Gianna. So excited for that. And then we have Shannon who asked for a Veterans Day spread. And I'm super excited. I have some special stickers for her as well. And she is in a classic vertical. So I will be working on these two spreads. I will link everything that I use down below. Otherwise, let's go. All right, so we're going to get started with Shannon's Veterans Day spread. I did it something a little bit different, so I'm going to use red poppies for her spread. I know red poppies would normally be a Memorial Day take, but I wanted to do something a little different. I know I did a 4th of July spread for Shannon that was all red, white, and blue, and I just wanted a different perspective on the day. And Shannon has a whole family of veterans. She served in the Air Force for over 20 years. Her dad, her husband, her father-in-law, 2 sisters-in-law, an aunt, like that is a family dedicated to service for our country. And so I ended up going with the red poppies just because I think Veterans Day is a celebration of all of our veterans that have given up so much and sacrificed so much of their lives. And I just wanted something a little bit more serious than my typical red, white, and blue spread. So I hope, Shannon, you don't mind that I went with kind of a Memorial Day vision, I guess, or a Memorial Day emblem with the red poppies, but I thought it would be really fitting. So what I did was I purchased the images off of Etsy, and then I got some images from Cricut Design Access or Design Space and use those to create my own stickers. Now, I was kicking myself because I, for some reason, did not have a blank set of the correct week in November. I think I used that week for a different patron earlier. So what I did was just white out the days on this particular spread, and then I'm using numbers from Keleva Plan, her Dated Basics book, and I like her big numbers. I think it's fun to change up the numbers every now and then, so I hope, Shannon, you don't mind these extra large numbers. And then I will go ahead and put the month of November over here. Now it is all dated for the week of Veterans Day. In order to get red boxes, I'm going to use the Live Love Posh sticker book with all of these red boxes. These are her red florals. She has, of course, the rainbow florals, all of the different colors, and the red ones all have red boxes. And so I'm going to go with red and black for this spread. Again, not something I normally do. You guys know I kind of shy away from red at times, but of course, red poppies felt appropriate for the day and the celebration. And so we're going to put these down, and then I have a bunch of these silhouettes of soldiers. I printed them in black and then cut them out. I'm super excited because I just got a new sticker paper that feels super soft. This was a great test run. I'm hoping to start creating sticker sheets for my patrons. I think it's going to be really exciting. So I invested in some nicer sticker paper than I normally use. It's very soft and buttery, very bright. The colors really shine on it. And so this was a good test run for me to try it out with the Cricut and lay out stickers and things like that. So definitely still learning, still working on it, but hoping that that is going to come soon to my Patreon. So I'm starting over here with the sidebar. I always love a long sidebar, and I thought it would be good as like a gratitude list or something like that for Shannon for this particular week. We'll go with the quote, "Real heroes don't wear capes, they wear dog tags." And I love that quote. Originally, I wanted to do dog tags as the theme for this spread, and I just couldn't work it out in my head. I couldn't find enough different images of dog tags, and so I changed it up ever so slightly. But I think that is also such a good symbol of those who have served, because I know that you always have your dog tags, and that's something that's passed down in families of veterans, that the dog tags just hold such a significant meaning. And so I definitely wanted to include them on the page. You guys know I always like a double box over on the weekend. I think it is a really functional box to have on the weekend, just because weekends there's always a to-do list, and it's rarely for Saturday and then for Sunday. It's like for the whole weekend, get these things done. So we'll do that over here. We have our kneeling soldier. This tore a little bit, but it's okay. It went back together. Shannon, I hope you don't mind. Some of those stickers I struggled with getting them off the paper. Again, still learning to get the right cut with this new sticker paper that I'm using, but I think it's gonna be great. And I hope you really like the feel of the sticker paper. I think it's going to feel really nice, much better than the other sticker paper that I've been using. Not that the other sticker paper I've been using is bad. I like it, but I just wanted to kind of do a little upgrade and a little test run on some new stuff. So I'm looking to see what boxes I can add. Again, I have plenty of red boxes, but I'm actually missing some of the this classic size in the typical red. So I'm going to end up layering this with a couple of different things. I'm trying to see what can I layer. I wanted to include this other quote for sure. So I'm trying to pull it off, but I kind of cut it a little bit funky. I have a little tear as I pull it off. This is like the stickiest sticker paper ever. So it's a little, I got it from onlinelabels.com and I bought 100 sheets of it. So I have plenty to practice with. And I'm going to put this, we're going to go with a horizontal box just to change it up, just to change up. So here we have another quote, thanking veterans for their sacrifice. Love the image right here. And layering right over a little bit of that red. It comes together really nicely. Look how bright that white is. I think it looks so, so pretty. So again, tore just a little bit. That's okay. Put it all back down. It all works. It's all going to come back together. And then I'm going to kind of play with some poppies. I'll hold on to this one. I will put poppies over there in just a bit, but let me get some more boxes down on the page first. Again, it always challenges me working on these patron spreads just because I don't know exactly what's going on in their week. So I try to include boxes on each day. I get questions about the fact that I put so many stickers down on the page. Is there still room to write? That's one of the reasons I definitely include the boxes. I try to do a mix of boxes and checklists or bullet points just so that there is always room to take notes. But I do think of these particular spreads, especially for my patrons, as really decorative. I think these are a special treat for them in their month. I know many of them just really look forward to getting these, and I want them to be something special that kind of sticks out in their planner, something different than they would do normally. And I think that usually means using like all the stickers. So I try to just go for it and use a ton. I printed out a ton. I'm not going to end up using all of these stickers on this particular spread just because there wasn't enough room. And if I'd put them all on, Shannon, you'd have no room to write it all. So I'm trying to make some clusters, trying to move the boxes around and figure out where I can put a few of these soldiers here and there. So you can see I'm just playing with that sticker for a while there. And then I end up not even using that one right now. When you are working on a decorative planner spread, a lot of it is just about the spacing and the clusters, letting your eye kind of move around the page in a different way, guiding your eye around the page. Of course, these always end up looking different once they're filled in. So you do need to leave space knowing where the writing is going to be. I don't always know where the writing is going to be, but I know it'll probably be focused into where these boxes are. And I just want to have room for all the boxes. I really work on trying to layer pieces. Here's another poppy. I printed out some in several different colors so that there are several different colors, several different shapes so that there would be a variety on the page. I love it layered over here with this quote. So I'm actually going to put a couple over there. Since that Friday is Veterans Day, I thought let's really bring that out a lot. You can see I'm trying to figure out what else is it missing. I loved the colors. Red and black is not my normal go-to at all. However, I really like what the coloring looks like with the red and black. All right, I have a few little pieces here and there. Now I have my stencil here. I didn't have black bullet points, so I'm just going to draw in some bullet points. I decided to go with this instead of red checklist, which was what I was going to do originally, but I think the black was a nice contrast. There's already a ton of red on the page, so I'm kind of moving around, just adding bullet points. I couldn't find a place to fit them on Tuesday. I hope you don't mind, Shannon. There are no bullet points on Tuesday. You can add some if you like. I just didn't want them to be right next to each other, and it just worked out. So there's no bullet points on Tuesday or Saturday. I apologize. You can certainly add your own bullet points. There is an opening for a box on Thursday, so I want to layer another soldier. We're going to put him there and then give him a box that he is like, that's layered over him just for another place to write. Yes, it goes on to Friday, but it's meant for Thursday. I love overlapping boxes like that. It's just how I do with decorative planning. So that is Shannon's Veterans Day spread. Veterans Day spread. Happy Veterans Day to Shannon. Happy Veterans Day to all of the amazing veterans out there. We thank you for your service so much. And Shannon, I really hope you enjoy this spread. All right, next up is Gianna. And Gianna is, like I said, one of my newest Platinum members, and I'm so excited to create for her. She actually lives in Southern California. She is a Magic Key pass holder, which means she gets to go to Disneyland, you guys, and she ends up going, I think she said about once a month. And so I almost didn't even let her request her first spread. I feel a little bit bad. She was telling me about herself and I was learning about her, and I was like, please let me do a Disney seasonal spread for you. And so that is what I'm doing. And I'm trying to incorporate these Polaroid cutouts. So Gianna is still kind of searching. Right now she's in a big size vertical, and she's kind of combining memory planning, regular planning, journaling. She's putting it all into one. And so I told her, well, I have an idea. I'm going to create a spread where there is space for you to add photos. And that is going to be where these little Polaroid pictures are. And I'll show you how that's going to go in just a minute. I kind of create a little place for her to include photos on her spread so she can kind of pre-plan, like plan what's happening. And then after, when the week is done, you can print out photos and add them to the spread. So I'm actually working with a few different sticker books. Of course, I'm working with the seasonal Mickey and Minnie sticker books. I have the big one and then the regular one. And then I actually pulled out the Farmhouse Disney sticker book just because those colors blend so well for the fall. They absolutely go with the Disney seasonal sticker book. And so if you have both of those, feel free to pull them in together. In fact, I think it is really helpful because then you're able to combine those and get more options on what you can do. So it's not like super themey. You're just kind of going themed with the colors, if that makes sense, which is what I was going with, color themes. All right, now you see me working on the Polaroids. Here's what I'm making. Gianna, these are little pockets. So you can see I'm putting glue along the sides and the bottom. There is no glue at the top. So Gianna, what you can do is print out a picture and then slide it into the top like a little pocket. If you don't want to do that, you can always just glue a picture right on top, no worries. But I wanted to create a little place where you could slide these Polaroids in, kind of create your own Polaroids. I just cut these out with my Cricut from gray cardstock. I decided to go with gray and not white just because I wanted to add a little bit more warmth to the page since we were doing a fall themed spread, and I was really going more for the fall colors and not like a bunch of fall things like turkeys and pumpkins and all that. So we went for the warm gray color, and I just put this on to some white, bright white printer paper. It's 32 pound. It's a little heavier than regular printer paper, and created these little pockets to where Gianna could just slide in her photos from that week. And so it kind of serves as a memory planner and a regular planner. I always love when I hear people using their planners in creative ways. And I think this is a really creative way to use it, Gianna, to combine some different aspects of your planning all into one spread. Before I started memory planning in a separate planner, exclusively memory planning, I did used to add photos to my weekly spreads, and I would always put it on Sunday. I would add a couple photos here and there. So I think it's a fun way to do just a little bit of memory keeping. If you are intimidated by memory planning or think you don't have very many photos and maybe scrapbooking just seems super overwhelming, maybe just including a couple of photos a week is a great way to go. Just keep it in your regular planner. There's no reason you can't just add it in. And if you're adding it at the end of the week, there's no reason you can't just cover up some of the mundane stuff you don't need to know about. So I added all of these Polaroids. There's a place for 5 different pictures. Gianna, if you don't have 5 pictures, you can always journal in these spots too. It doesn't have to be photos. It doesn't have to be super inventive photos. You know, everyone loves taking photos of their food, take photos of what it looks like outside your window, just any photos. You don't have to have a bunch of events going on to capture those memories. Now, amongst the Polaroids, I'm in the big sticker book, the big Disney seasonal sticker book, and I'm pulling out some of the fall foliage that is in these same colors, and I want it kind of cascading around with the different Polaroids, so you'll see me kind of tucking it in. I put adhesive on these pictures and I just put it kind of in the middle, not on the edges, because I wanted to be able to easily pull up the edges so that I could tuck stickers behind there. I wanted to make sure that I could grab those and get those all settled in. So I'm going to continue to tuck and really work on this decorative element. This was one of the biggest elements on the page. Obviously, I am going to work to add a little functionality, but I knew that that was going to be a big element. I pulled out the Rainbow Boxes Mega Sticker Book because it has some great neutral boxes that will go with the fall spread. So I'm going to layer those in. I'm layering some brown boxes in with, again, this is Southern Farmhouse. So I'm going to layer the boxes together. We have little to-dos, some grid boxes, lots of room to write what's going on and or decide to journal if that's what you end up wanting to do, Gianna. Kind of shift things a little bit. It was funny. I was using the sticker guides and you'll see me use the sticker guides several times as I try to put together clusters. But when I put that little cluster on the right side with the 2 boxes, I totally thought I was putting it on a sticker guide and I put it straight on the paper, crooked. So when I put it on sticker guides, I don't worry about whether it's crooked or not because I know I'm going to pick it up and move it, but I don't know what I was thinking. I just missed. So I had to very carefully pull that up. Now I'm looking for a Mickey that can go on the left side of the spread right here, but I tore this Mickey's tail and then he was just too big. I needed a box on Wednesday and he was getting in the way of me having a box on Wednesday. So we're gonna move this one, put this Mickey here, ta-da, box on Wednesday, done and done. Now I'm looking for where I can add other boxes. And again, I want to create a cluster. So there's my trusty sticker guide. It always comes in handy because I want to add a couple boxes. I definitely wanted some fall foliage over there. So we're going to layer, ta-da, cluster, and then I can just pull it off of the sheet and get it all set perfect. So, oops. Ears we're going to cover, pull the whole thing up again. But again, when you use the sticker guides, it's easy to move the stickers around after that because it takes off just a little bit of the sticks. So it just makes it a little bit easier to move things around. Getting a box on Monday was probably the trickiest one, sliding it underneath where these 2 Polaroids were and making sure it was straight. Not the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's there. And I was able to move this color to balance the box that is on the right side of the spread. It was all about balance. You can see I'm using a lot of colors, but they're all the muted fall colors. I feel like this is a great November spread just because it does say fall, but it's not like super Thanksgiving. It's not super pumpkiny like October. It just has this muted kind of calming tone that I am here for. All right, so I'm back and this is the seasonal. Wait, maybe this is you guys, there were so many sticker books out on my desk. I'm not even sure which one this is. I think this is seasonal. I pulled out some checklists. Yes, that is the seasonal Disney, Mickey and Mickey, Mickey and Minnie, but I need some headers. So I end up moving those checklists down. Again, one of the fun parts of a big spread is that there's lots of room to work with. So a little whiteout, and I can add on this title. I decided not to put it over on the left side because there was already a lot of this mustard yellow color. So we're going to, again, move colors around the page. You've got this, a little whiteout, and perfect header over there. So let's move this one down to the bottom of that box as well. And then I will kind of scan for another header that could go with this checklist. I think I find one that says today we're back in Southern Farmhouse. I was just jumping between all of the sticker books. It was looking crazy on my desk, but I just love how these sticker books go together. I think it was awesome, and it gave me a lot of choices on the stickers, which I always appreciate. All right, this one is almost done. I just have spots for a few more boxes. I wanted to make it, like I always do, a very abundant feeling spread, meaning very full. Gianna, you'll have to let me know if you like having a super full spread like this, or if you'd rather me slim it out a little bit perhaps and not do quite so much. But I like getting to use all the stickers. I like spoiling my patrons and using a lot more stickers than I think a lot of people would normally do on a spread, just because it's fun to use all the stickers and fill all the spaces. And I still think there's plenty of room to write. I could write in here. I definitely could find lots of room. All right, I added a couple of boxes over here. I want to tuck one right here, that little circle, to match the one on the left. Again, it's all about balance. When I add something on the left or the right, I try to make sure that it's balanced out on the other side. These are clear, those circles were, so I had to do a little bit of whiteout. It looks cute. I like it. So at this point, I was looking at the sticker books in the big seasonal Mickey and Minnie. I had almost used all of the fall foliage stickers. There were only a few left on the page, so I decided I'm going to go ahead and use them. I'm not going to use them on a different spread. So I'm going to try to fill in even more of the little spaces just so that there's a ton of foliage coming off of this page, and I can layer the pieces. I can cut it off, relayer it, put it in different spots, just really fill up where all those Polaroids are. I think this is going to be a fun spread to fill in. Gianna, I hope you love it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell notification button. Let me know which spread you liked better. Did you like the Veterans Day spread or the seasonal Disney spread? Let me know in the comments below. Everything is linked below. I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys. You're awesome. You know I think you're awesome. I hope you all have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.